What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel and a difficult pill to swallow for all around. Juventus and Milan tied 0-0 draw. No goals, nothing to write home for anybody. There's a lot to take from this match, but we're going to rate these players today, so stick with us. We'll fill you in on that now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is January 23rd. It's a Sunday, and of course, Juventus-Milan was just played. It was a difficult match for all. 0-0 draw. Milan got nothing. Juve got nothing. But there's a lot to take, especially to talk about the different skill positions as they really played out from today. Let's get this out of the way. My voice is absolute crap. I apologize. I am still recovering from a sickness. I guess I'm no longer sick, but my voice was destroyed from the sickness. So here it is in all its glory. I apologize. I know it's going to sound bad. Some people say the mic's messed up or whatever. It ain't the mic. It's my voice. So anyway, I'll do it. I'll do the best I can. Please bear with me during this time. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already joined the channel. We are now at 2,000 subscribers. Super excited about that. Of course, I just really want to pump that up a little bit because it's I feel like it's a solid little milestone for us to really reach, and I'm still excited about that. Even though today's match left us it left more to be really hoped for when it came for any kind of excitement there, especially for Juventus. Before we really get into the exact numbers for each player and who they got, what they got, I just want to get this out of the way. Here's my personal opinion on the match. It's really just you can say it's a little bit of a step back for Juventus, really a match when you had a lot riding on it. Same as the Napoli match where I kind of had a lot of hope and, you had some kind of optimism there going into it that this team's hitting a good note, getting ready to really, put up a competition there, not only for the top four, but maybe, second, first place even. It's going to be difficult given the situation that Inter's really got a strong hold over there on first place with that long point tally compared to the other teams that are below them now. And Juventus could have done themselves a huge favor by going out there, beating Milan, closing that gap to 4 points from them in second place then, I think it would have been. So Juve would have been one. They would have jumped Atalanta there in the standings there for fourth place. Obviously, Atalanta still have another game in hand. Could have done a lot for them. Now they get one more point. They're I think a point down or so from Atalanta as it stands. Again, with another game in hand. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be an uphill challenge. It's still possible. I mean, I feel like it's still very possible, obviously, to get fourth place. But some things have to go well. You're going to have to get the job done here soon. And I apologize. My dog's in the background. Bourbon, move now. Sorry. Anyway, Bourbon's here. He's my dog's my golden retriever. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. What do we have for the ratings? First off, I want to say this. What I really could do when it comes to this match, what I really, really could do is I could just give ratings by position group. When I say position group, I mean, obviously the defense, I include the goalkeeper in there, and then we go with the midfield, and then with the attack. Really, it could be the defense. You all get I think as a group overall, you probably average it around probably a 6.5 rating. The defense showed up. The defense showed up to a match that was most important, and they did their part. Anything offensively just stuttered and failed. You give them an overall, 5 rating maybe for the attack, even the midfield combined in there because, you have defensive and offensive players there and there. 5.5 for that, and then maybe a 5. Maybe, I guess I couldn't really go any lower than that, but I think a 5 rating for that. Anyway, that's just a little preview. Let's just go ahead and jump into it because obviously we don't have much time, and who knows how many more times I'll have to yell at my Bourbon to stop, or yell at my dog to get out of the way. Anyway, let's jump into it. First up rating that I have for you today is Wojciech Szczesny. Tech, he gets a 6.5 rating for me today in his performance. I thought he played pretty well, really getting some big stops there in necessary moments when Milan were attacking and getting shots on goal, which actually that's what I want to start with. Juve got no shots on goal. That can go in there with the attack. That's absolutely abysmal. In a game where you need to get something done, you're not even threatening. You're barely threatening at all. No shots on goal. It was just embarrassing. I'll be honest there. It was pretty embarrassing from the attack. It almost looks like does anybody besides the defense do they practice at all? That's my personal gripe with this matter. Anyway, I want to give these guys props, though, because these guys deserve it that play defense. Wojciech Szczesny gets a 4 rating. I never had 4 rating. 6.5 rating for me. He had 4 saves, 1 high claim, 2 saves from inside the box, 6 accurate long balls, and overall, just a solid performance there, getting some big-time stops when they needed to at least save a point. So give him some credit because he deserves it today. Then we'll move it on to Matthias Julio, who gets a 6.5 rating from me. I think he had another good performance today for Juventus in the defense. Maybe not perfect, but I'll be honest, some of the guys that I've really been negative on in the past, I've said this is kind of getting a regular tradition right now. So the guys that are defenders, Matthias Julio, Daniele Rugani, guys who I never wanted to see play out there again for Juventus, have stepped it up big time when it comes to playing for Allegri. Maybe Allegri's getting that out of them, and we know that defense is what he does great at, but when it comes to other things, scoring goals, it's not good. But right now, Matthias Julio, 6.5 rating for me. He had 4 clearances, 2 tackles. He had 2 ground duels won, 2 aerial duels won. He had 1 key pass, 1 accurate cross, and that's all for today. Let's continue on. Again, my voice is going to go out, so I better try to make it quicker than normal. Daniele Rugani, another good performance from him. Barring say great, obviously not flawless, but a pretty damn good performance from Daniele Rugani today. Really happy with the way he's been performing under Allegri, especially with guys like Bonucci and De Ligt having injuries or other issues going on as of late. He stepped it up. He had 7 clearances, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, 2 ground duels, 1 aerial duel, 1. He had 4 accurate long balls as well. So good performance from Rugani. Happy to have a guy like him on the team. Continuing on, we got Keolini, who I guess you could teeter back and forth between a 6.5. Some people even push him up to a 7. I gave him a 6.5 rating because I think he kind of did what I expected. I gave Rugani a 7. I also gave Matthias Julio a 6.5 because I go about it by rating the player really what I expect from them. What I mean from that, I'm a little bit harsher on guys like Keolini, the big time names, guys that I expect to perform greatly, and I can be a little bit more forgiving to the ones that play well that are usually crap. Let's be honest there. Anyway, Keolini gets a 6.5 rating today. Solid performance from him. 6 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 2 ground duels, 1, 3 aerial duels, 1, and 1 accurate long ball as well. Definitely, he knows what to do when it comes to shutting down big time strikers as well. All right, we'll continue on with Alexandro. He was, of course, Alexandro. He was probably the weak link when it came to the defense overall. He gets a 5.5 rating from me for his performance today. It wasn't nearly up to what everybody else was contributing and doing, but fortunately, outside of a few weird decisions on offense where he tried to he just tried to force the issue. There were a couple opportunities where they got into that final third and he saved the possession, but then he tried to, I don't know what he was trying to do with the ball at the point. I thought he was trying to get it in somewhere where an attacker maybe would go for a header. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I didn't see what was going on. Obviously, it was zoomed in at the time. So at that time, maybe Murata or somebody like that came off of their man at the time. But made no sense what he was doing in that moment. So there were a couple issues like that really irked me, but also he just wasn't as much of a contributor. But still, defense overall did well. 5.5 rating. He had 1 clearance, 1 interception, 2 ground duels, 1 aerial duel, 1. Did lose possession 23 times, which is kind of a big bugaboo there. He was offsides once. He had 3 accurate long balls as well. All right. Let's continue this one on with Juan Cordrado. 6 rating for me. He was probably, the one not one memorable, but overall, the most memorable moment from him really was obviously that first opportunity early in the first half, which really would have been a difference maker. He was wide open. He had so much opportunity. So I feel like he had a lot more time to really maybe do something to really nail it down to get a better shot on. It was just a little bit way too off. Wide right of the goal there with that early shot attempt that he took. But overall, I gave him a 6 rating today. I think he wasn't the worst of our midfield by far. He had 1 accurate long ball. He had 1 shot off target. He had 1 successful dribble, 6 ground duels, 1 was fouled 5 times. That's just a funny stat I saw. And then also had 1 block shot as well. All right. let's continue it on to a guy that I usually praise a lot, who I feel like today struggled a lot. And I think it's all. Do I think it's all his fault? No. No, I absolutely do not think it's all on this player. But let's go ahead and pull him up. That'd be Manuel Lucatelli. Probably one of his weaker performances to date, at least this season to date for Juventus. He gets a 5.5 rating from me. Wasn't able to contribute a lot, wasn't able to really create much. There was nothing going on creatively for Juventus today, but that was the entire attack. There was just everything, nothing was getting through. There were a couple balls that couple long balls that he tried to deliver that really were just off their mark. Something that was just I'm not used to, especially from a player like him. And he's usually so reliable in those situations. Also, a couple issues is, of course, that he's being played a bit farther back than he really needs to be as serviceable as he should be, or as optimized, I guess, for that position. 5.5 rating. He had one key pass, 5 accurate long balls, 1 shot off target. 3 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1, and 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, and 2 tackles as well for today's. Anyway, 6.5 rating overall for Rodrigo Bentancur, a guy who played solidly for what I expect of him. I thought he had a pretty decent performance overall in the midfield, but again, was not able to really help there when it comes to contributing to creating much for the attack. Let's see what he did overall, though. 3 accurate long balls, 1 successful dribble attempt, 6 ground duels, 1, 2 for 2 on aerial duels, 1. He had 1 clearance, 4 interceptions, and 5 tackles, so he's really utilized. Obviously, what you expect, though, but definitely made a big difference there on the defensive end. And then we got to talk about this guy. And I like to tout him when he does well, because obviously he's my compatriot. I like to give him his credit when it's due. But Weston Mckinney was a mess today. I didn't think he was very good. It's kind of one of those moments where there's a lot of things that he does wrong, in plenty of circumstances. But at the same time, he's able. He may be a little bit of a mess there for a midfielder. He may be not as good when it comes to creating or doing or helping his other players out, but he's always at offensive threat, always threatening to attack, always able to do a couple good things there. My main problem with him today was his passing. His passing was horrendous. Like, nothing was on target. Nothing was in the area of the guy or the man that he was trying to get the ball to. Like, half the time, we'd have long possessions of Juve trying to work the ball around. And as soon as it got to Weston McKinney, he would try to make a pass to somebody to his right or left, and he would be way off and just give it away to a defender, or what he would do is, like, it would just be a weak pass. It would just be a half-hearted effort. It would be easy to be taken away there, and it just really frustrated me a lot today. He gets a 5.5 rating from me. He had 1 accurate long ball, 1 shot off target, 1 successful dribble attempt, 2 ground duels, 1, 2 aerial duels, 1, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, and 1 tackle in today's performance. So I expect more of Weston McKinney. Hopefully he can get back to being the guy that we have seen in the past. All right, let's continue on. Now we're in the main focus of the attack, and that, of course, we'll start with Pablo Dibala. I gave him a 5.5 rating today. Didn't really see him doing much of anything. Of course, same could be said for Morata today. Neither one really doing much of anything. He only had 1 shot taken, or actually, let me see, make sure. I think he had 3 shots, maybe 2 or 3 shots. It's hard to tell with this graphic that I have right here in front of me. But he had 1 shot off target, 2 shots blocked, 4 successful dribble attempts. He had 1 key pass, 1 accurate cross, 2 accurate long balls, 9 ground duels, 1, lost possession 18 times, and had 2 tackles as well. But overall, he was just both him and Morata. We're going to get to Morata here in just a second, but neither one were anything special in contributing to an attack, to anything, any kind of idea. It's frustrating when you have a guy like him. That's exactly what you expect him to do, and he's just not doing it. He's not being useful, not being utilized. I know we can give a lot of this on the midfield as well, and I know that I talked about this, and I have to do the same thing to Dybala that I did over there for Ronaldo in the past, where I get on him for not being active in creating for himself. But sometimes you have to be that guy when you're going to be the number 1 player for a team, for Juventus. And Dybala seems to believe that. It seems to be that with the money that he wants to get, and he just wasn't able to get anything done. Wasn't even able to take any shots. Like, you got no shots on goal. No shots at all. I don't care. Dibala, Morata, I'm not easier on Morata. You can see with the rating, I'm not easier on Morata. But at the same time, I put more pressure on Dibala because Dybala is supposed to be the guy that's going to be here long term. So it's frustrating. You got to be able to get something done. You got to find a way to get some shots on target. At some point, you have to get them on goal. Like, if you're not even doing that, there's no point. Like, right now, the only thing you can say when it comes to the offense, or really to the game plan, maybe this is on Allegri, and then we'll get to him, is that the game, they kind of played to play defensively. They played to play to a draw. They didn't, if a goal came, fine, but they weren't actually pushing for it. And that's something that I'm frustrated with. All right, 5.5 rating for me for Dybala. Next up, Morata. He gets a 4.5 rating from me. I thought he was pretty horrendous today. I thought he was piss poor when it came to any kind of offensive ability. Let's see, he had one shot off target. He had 2 key passes, 2 accurate long balls, 1 ground to 1. 1 offsides, of course, because it's Morata. 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 1 interception, and 1 tackle. That's all he did. He played 74 minutes, and that's all he contributed today. Yes, there was the moment where I feel like we could argue that it should have been a pen from Morata. He should have earned a penalty there. It's unfortunate that it didn't work out that way. Go figure when you're playing against Milan that Juve doesn't get something back. It's also weird. I also saw, I think it was Goal Italia, that Juve had that happen. But then whenever there was the action with Giroud or whatever, I guess, was it Keolini or whoever it was at the time? I'm blanking right now. They were willing, to go out there and push that narrative to, put that as a tweet. Should this been a pen? It's like, well, what about what happened with Morata? To me, I think that was more obvious to me. Whatever, it should have been a penalty. Didn't get it, but at the same time, if you're attack, you've got to at least have a freaking shot on target. Just 1 shot on target. I apologize. My voice is crap. I know it is, and I am still going. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's move it on. Let's talk about Arthur and his performance today. Arthur got a 5.5 rating from me. Don't really have a lot to talk about when it comes to Arthur and his performance today, to be honest. When it comes to Arthur, what I will say is I would like to see just a lot more. I hate that it's always him being substitute for Manuel Lucatelli. I like to see them playing together. He's able to unlock him a bit more. I don't understand why Allegri's not doing that, why he's not playing them together. I understand injuries or whatever affect him, but whatever. Let's see. He had 1 tackle. He had 1 ground duel 1. He had 2 accurate long balls. That's about what he was able to do in 25 minutes there for Juventus. Continuing on, Bernardeschi gave a 5.5 rating for him today as well. For his performance, 1 shot off target, 2 accurate two accurate long balls, 1 ground duel 1, 1 aerial duel 1 as well. All right, now and then the last one we have here is for Max Allegri. My guy gets a 4 rating from me today. I thought it was absolutely terrible the way that he played, or the way that he game planned for this. To me, that's the way I felt like it was today. I felt exactly like it was roll the ball out there. See what happens. If they can score anything, they can score anything. But we're not actively trying to do anything. We're not trying to actively create anything. We're just trying to play defense. We're playing defense, and we'll see what happens, and that's it. Like it was just try to keep them from scoring, and I didn't like that. I didn't like playing for 1 point. You got to play for 4 points. That's a piss poor loser way to play this. I don't like it. It doesn't show that you're trying to win anything right now. So that's what I worry about. I don't like it at all. 4 rating from me. Somebody proved to me that our attack is practicing or doing something of worth, right? Do something. Anyway, those are the ratings for me today, guys. Sorry, my voice is still crap, so it is what it is. Hopefully you guys let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Let me know. Anyway, if you have any other comments about that also as well. We'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve. Forza Bianconeri.